great weekend at the nation's box.
So details about Bruce Springsteen's new album, Tunnel of Love, have been kept mainly in the dark. Fans were on hand at record stores this morning as the album went on sale. Unlike last November, when Springsteen mania briefly surrounded the release of the Boss's live album, today's release of Tunnel of Love brought out only a handful of the faithful.
Well, I've been waiting for it for a long time, being a Springsteen fan. He doesn't release that many albums, and this is the first new one in about 4 years.
I don't know, it's almost like a religious experience to come out here. I mean, I gotta be like one of the first ones to get it.
The low turnout this morning was probably due in part to the absence of hype from Springsteen's label, Columbia Records. But Tunnel of Love also has a decidedly more sober and grown-up sound than Springsteen's last studio LP, 1984's thunderous Born in the USA.
Cuddle up, angel, cuddle up, my little dove, and we'll ride down, baby, into this tunnel of love.
Despite Tunnel's less commercial sound, it's still expected to be a major hit, especially with the Boss's true fans.
Records come out every day, but not Bruce Springsteen records.
Record industry experts are predicting that even if the 12 love songs on the album are not received well, Tunnel of Love will still sell 3 to 4 million copies.
Debate face to face.
It only happens once every few years, a new Bruce Springsteen album. Today, Dwayne Jackson found people anxiously awaiting new words from the boss.
Yeah, as long as it's Bruce.
The boss is the best.
And the boss is back with Tunnel of Love. It's his first studio album with new releases in 3 years, since his mega hit Born in the USA, which sold 18 million copies worldwide.
I was born in the USA.
Tunnel of Love is a little more laid back than earlier Springsteen, and so far Springsteen fans have been laid back. There were no lines waiting for the album to arrive at Tower Music in South Philadelphia today, but it wasn't long before some of Springsteen's faithful were at the cash register.
I'll stop buying his albums on the first day when he stops getting better.
Well, Bruce is somebody you don't want to wait for. As soon as he comes out with something, you got to jump on it, as fast as you can.
93.3 WMMR celebrating the release of the brand new Bruce Springsteen record, Tunnel of Love, in the stores today.
Based on the number of early phone calls his rock station is getting, Ted Utz of WMMR says the new album is destined to be a hit.
The Springsteen fans started calling about 10 days before the release of the album, wondering when we were going to play it on the radio, and that doesn't happen every day.
Bruce Springsteen doesn't make new music every day either, but when he does, there's one sound you can always count on.
1482
If Bruce's Tunnel of Love comes close to the success of his Born in the USA album, it'll be a blockbuster. But to true Springsteen fans, this album doesn't have to go gold to be great. Dwayne Jackson, Channel 6 Action News, South Philadelphia.
I can't wait to rush out and buy that. Still ahead on the early edition.
Is back. Bruce Springsteen's latest album went on sale today.
I hold you in my arms. It's a band playing.
It's been getting airplay for a couple of weeks, but this was the first day for Springsteen fans here in his home state or anywhere else to buy a copy. Response is said to be brisk, but not as frenzied as to the boss's last album, which sold 18 million. Tunnel of Love is a solo album. The critics say this one has a little less razzle-dazzle and more hearts.
Straight from the heart.
And it's nice. That's our news for tonight. I'm Phil Bremen.
And I'm Kent Manahan. Good night from all of us.
Tomorrow. The most anticipated record album, well, since Michael Jackson's Bad, Tunnel of Love by Bruce Springsteen hits the record stores today.
9 minutes after right now, Bruce Springsteen has a new album coming out today. It is called Tunnel of Love. Chantal has this report on just what it is that makes Springsteen the boss.
Born in the USA. I was born in the USA. I was.
He's the greatest live rock and roll performer in the history of rock and roll.
Born in the USA.
He speaks the truth.
Come back home to the refinery.
I'm from a working class background, and his music reflects the struggles of someone from my background.
Ever since Bruce Springsteen first burst onto the music scene in the 70s, he's been known as the working class rock messiah. His caring songs about people's troubles can bring you to tears. and at the same time move you to dance. The Boss's popularity soared in the 70s with hits like Rosalita and Born to Run. Success continued in the 80s as Springsteen delivered some of the most passionate performances in live concert history. And last winter, sales of his 5-record live album proved that Bruce Springsteen was still the boss. Record stores sold out in a matter of hours all across the country. A staggering 3 million copies sold in only 3 months. One of the reasons for Springsteen's success, according to Billboard magazine's Paul Grine, is that his message is always so clear.
I think the main message of Springsteen's entire body of work is to be true to your own ideals.
Every Tuesday night, here on the Sunset Strip in Hollywood, the devoted members of the Boss Club meet. And tonight, 1 week before the official release of his latest album called Tunnel of Love, they already have the album. And the advance word, it's good.
Tell me what I see when I look in your eyes.
Springsteen, always known as an artist who's taken risks with his music, does it again with his new album called Tunnel of Love. The flavor is a romantic country rock, but the message is still pure Springsteen.
A Tunnel of Love will be an enormous album, and I think one of the reasons for that is that he didn't just put out a replay of Born in the USA.
It's hot. It's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Might sound like Chantal was trying to sing along. Actually, she has laryngitis. We hope she's feeling better. Right now, it's 12 minutes after. And now, science and...
Biggest shows ever.